Hello and welcome to the 741 channel. Thank you for stopping by. Today I'm getting ready to head over to the OYB Eyeball QSO party. What we're doing basically is just a bunch of ham radio guys are going to get together in a field next to my friend John's apartment. His call is KB1OYB. He's the one that organized it, hence the OYB QSO party. So anyway, we're all going to get together. There should be 6 or 8 guys or so, and we're just going to play radio. Now, this is the weekend for the CQ Worldwide contest, so there's going to be a lot of stations on the air. Bands are going to be crowded. That may help us because it's going to give us a lot of stations to try and contact, but like I said, the bands are going to be crowded, and we're all going to be running 100 watts or less, so it may be a little bit of a hindrance. I guess we'll have to see what happens. But either way, the whole point of the gathering is not so much to make contacts as it is to set up our field gear and just kind of hang out with each other, compare notes, and just play radio for the day. It's a gorgeous fall afternoon here in New England. So anyway, enough said. I'm going to go stop at the deli, grab a sandwich, and head over to John's. So this is the Go kit, right?
Well, it fits in the suitcase, okay, and put it in the car.
Yep.
Otherwise, I got ground wires to the chassis, coax to a ground rod and wire coming down out of the tree.
Okay.
Power cords started out with like a number 6 or 8 and a number 10.
Yep.
So it's minimal loss on the
power.
current to the radio, and of course it draws from the battery, and after a time you start the car up maybe to get 13.8 or so, rather than 12.1 or 12.3. But
that works pretty good.
Oh, the radio's fantastic.
This is a beautiful radio.
Yeah. There's so many. I haven't learned a thing. I mean, I have, but anybody can do 100 watts. But it's the receiver.
Yeah.
It's got shifts. It's got this and that. It's got IF ins and outs, and phenomenal.
So does the tuner fit in here with it or no?
No.
Okay.
When I was putting this together, all of that, I forgot about the tuner.
Oh, okay.
Your sister and I are just talking. Amazing what you can do with a piece of wire.
Yep.
It blows my mind that HCRA field
Well,
is now technical
we did.
and all those huge setups that we go through to take them up and down. When everybody could have set their radios up in the field like this with all these types of antennas, just a piece of wire in a tree and you can get a different country.
Yeah.
So
You don't need all that stuff.
like-
No,
that stuff helps, but you don't need it.
But
No,
they
that's
act
right.
like it's such a...
This is a super antenna MP1. It's a fully adjustable antenna. It's basically a manual screwdriver antenna. It comes with 2 whips. It comes with this whip, which you can fold up and roll up into a ball and put in your go bag. And it comes with a telescopic whip also. We didn't bring that one today.
Okay. Under 75.
It comes with 3 sets of counterpoises
The guy was complaining to me.
so that you can match your frequencies.
And he was doing 90 miles an hour.
And basically it's a manual screwdriver, so all you do is slide the coil up and down, and they give you this nice accessory
Yeah, I'm sure if you didn't recognize not one question
so that you can measure
I'll tell you,
and set your coil
you guys that
according to the frequency you use,
If it were just me, that would be
and it makes it very easy to tune. So we're going to try this out today and find out how well it does, and hopefully it turns into a success.
But it's there.
Should be fairly straight though, right?
Yeah, it came in this little box.
It's horizontal.
We're here at KB1OYB's little QSO party here in his facility. And what I got here is my Tar Heel HP 100. It's got the ground radios hooked up to the base here. Then you got the tripod here. So far right now we got 8 ground radios, and I have these little orange things so we don't trip over them. And I got the combs at the ends, so we don't trip over the wires at the ends.
I'm still tripping over them because I'm half blind.
I know, right? Me too. And that's my truck here. 2 meter 445 8-way. I got the ICOM AH2B in the back of the truck. But right now, what we're going to be doing is working with this little baby right here. And it's grounded too on the bottom. Don't have my radio set up yet. I'm waiting for a table to come. But this is the coax. And this is the control cable. You got a toroid here that's hooked up to it too as well. Into the radio, into the table comes, so we'll be setting up the radio, and it'll be the ICOM 7000 MFJ Go Kit box. We'll be setting up just a little while from now. Hi, my name is Brian, KB2UZY, and I'm going to show you my little Go Kit box that I use for portable, and I use at home, and I use it in a vehicle, everywhere basically I go. This is an ICOM 7000. And this is the MFJ 7000 Go Kit box, which it has an antenna tuner built in. You can use it for top here, put a 3/8 antenna up here, monobander, one of those a mono sticks bander, and then use some ground counterpoise over here, right? And then you can use the face with the cable, extension cable, and you can run it anywhere to keep away from this box, or you can use it, slide the switch this way. The antenna HF port is back here, and you can run any other antenna outside. Up here is the VHF UHF antenna, and this has no antenna tuner. The antenna tuner is only for the HF antenna, which will be from up here, or for any other any other antenna that you can put back here, outboard antenna tuner. Now it does have a voltage conditioner, which I like. The reason why I like it is because these radios run about I don't know, between 13 to 16, maybe 18 amps. With the voltage conditioner, it'll run it about 7 to 8, possibly 10 amps. And it's sufficient enough to run it on your cigarette lighter. That's what they say. But what I do, I cut it, the cigarette lighter. I leave about that much of the cigarette lighter, and I put an Anderson power pole, which I can go directly to any power source that has Anderson power poles. And that's what I like about this Go Kit box. And it has served me very well throughout the years that I've used this box with the MFJ. And got the mic holder here, and it's a very, very good Go Kit box. I love it, and I won't trade for the world. And this is a very good combination. It does have a 706 box too as well, which I don't have the 706 now, but there's one for the 706. Now I did put my call sign on here, as you see. Put my call sign on here on the box for show. And then this here is the control, this is the face to cover, you know, when it's not being in use, so you get a protective cover from the radio. Of course, you take the hand microphone and you can take it and you can curl it and you can stick it inside here like that, anywhere you want. See, it fits in there, nice. And then you can put the cover on it. It's sealed. Now it comes with 4 screws. These little screws, you put them here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can take it off, and then you have everything inside there. So this is my portable station, and that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
Yep, thank you. Got the vehicle. Got a dual band on top of the vehicle. I got the ICOM here, AH2B. With the spring in the bottom. That's not what's running right now at the moment. What's running right now is the Tar Heel antenna. The Tar Heel antenna going into the Tune-O-Matic. The Tune-O-Matic is going into the radio, and I'm controlling the Tar Heel antenna with this controller. And I just got off the CW on 30 meters just now. This is my laptop, portable laptop I use. This is the 7000, ICOM 7000. And this is a MFJ, it was called the MFJ Go Kit Box. Anyway, this is the speaker right now. This is my key. I'm using this for UTC time. And I got here the rig running here for power back here. And it's coming out of the truck in there, using the battery truck right now at the moment. Displayed my licenses here, FCC license, and got my Mars license, but don't need it here, but I had it on me, I figured I'd put it out there. And this is my pad here for writing. And that's it. I got my extra key here, in case needed, but I use this one here. This is my daily use key. And I got many other bugs that I use as well. And we're just setting up, having a nice time here, you know, and hopefully the weather's pretty good. It's not raining. It rained a little bit yesterday, but everything seems to be dry. And we're just having a nice, pleasant day today with the group.
All right, thanks,
Thank you.
Brian.
I think that's about as bright as it gets. 15 bucks at the Nutmeg Handfest. You get what you get.
Yeah.
And then I spent $30 on a Windows 10 Pro license, and I was actually able to load Windows 10 Pro into it.
Oh.
So for 45 bucks, I got a laptop that runs Windows 10 Pro.
What is the radio? What's
That is a QRP. That's a QRP Guys digital DSP radio. So basically, it's a digital. It's a radio that's specifically made to transmit on digital modes, and each of these little cards has a crystal on it, and a specially wound set of toroids and caps. And one side of it runs the mixer oscillator, and the other side of it runs the output conditioning. So I've got 20, 30, and 40 modules here. Right now there's a 40 module in it. Oh, I'm sorry, there's a 20 module in it. But the problem is it doesn't have a PTT relay. It uses Vox, and I haven't been able to use it with a dongle, because it turns out the USB dongles have like a 1.4 to 1.7 volt constant signal on them.
Oh, wow.
So I'd have to put a blocking cap in it to get rid of that, and that's enough to trip that. Now, I had no problem at all running this at home on the AC, but now that they're both sharing a common power supply, when I plug this in, that's not supposed to be doing that unless it actually is. Is he actually transmitting? No, he's not transmitting. This green light, when this green light goes off, I have to enable transmit. And so basically what's happening is there's something. Now you can hear it. The way it works is, this is a standard 20 vertical, right? Quarter wave. So this is a standard 20 quarter wave. And then on the board, you've got two coils, one for 30 and one for 40. So basically what you do is it's called the QRP Guys tri-band vertical antenna. So on 20 you can run all the power you want, but on 30 and 40, because the coils are there, you probably don't go much over, 20 or 30. And that's one of those Japanese fish poles.
Oh, okay.
That's a 7-meter pole. And this guy here is from Harbor Freight. I'm sorry, Home Depot. And then I just use a little piece of PVC, because it just turns out the handle of this fits right in there. Here's an example of how I guy one of these big poles. I put a water pump clamp around, and I loop 3 zip ties, and now I can reach into those zip ties with a carabiner, and that way I can set the thing right up. Now you'll notice the ends of these are different. I found out that if you cut the end of this off, just this little piece at the end. Now this is the part that slides up, so once you slide it up, it'll be free. You can slide it right over one of those tripods.
Oh, perfect.
So you get one of these tripods from Home Depot. You get one of these Husky tripods from Home Depot, right? And they're made for the light. You just take the screws out and pop that head out of there. So you just take these 2 screws out and you pop the head out.
Yep.
And now you can slide stuff over it.
Oh, I see. Yep.
And I either use a piece of PVC as an adapter, like I did with that fish pole, or I slide it right in.
Perfect.
And here's the head that's normally on there. This is the head that's normally on there, and it has 4 screws holding it.
I see.
It's got a quick release. You know, you can put an LED work light on there and snap it on. But for 20 bucks, you get a tripod, and as long as it's not real windy and you're fairly level, you can do pretty well with it. At least initial setup is a lot faster.
Oh, yeah.
And then you've got it asks you if you want to frig with the bands. It knows the limits, but it asks if you want to frig with them.
Yeah.
And you can do that later if you want. And then when you do your analysis, you can say, give me a single scan, repeat, and you get to pick how many.
Yeah.
Or you can do a single frequency, change the bands. You can set the limits of the band if you want. If you want to tune in, and then you can calibrate it, obviously. And then the other thing you can do, which is really cool, is you can view and save stuff. So if you can say,
oh yeah, you may save a file on what you just recorded. Check.
So like here's the last time I was running it.
Yeah.
Here's the scan from last time I was playing with it.
Yeah.
And that was at 50.
For 6 meters. Yeah.
The 6 meter quad.
Yeah.
And I just said, show me the whole band, because I wanted to see where it was dipping, and of course I had it almost perfectly flat at 50. So
now, what's your range on this?
This is really designed to only go 1 to 30. It'll hit 50, but reads SWR just a little high. Okay. And I figure better high than better do I. But for a regular HF, this thing does a great job. So
that does a few hertz up through 50, basically. Yeah. Okay, this is the alpha antenna, what they call their mill stick, and I use this in a very unconventional way on the mobile. I put a stud on here and mounted it so that this is isolated from my grounding bracket, and I have it jumpered over to my mobile whip so that it's a quick disconnect, and I can just put this on and off without a lot of fussing. And this thing folds right up. Okay. Thing just folds into 6 sections.
Just like a tent pole.
Yeah, just like a tent pole. Quick, easy. It's a nice way to use it. And I've used this on everything from, I've had contacts 40 through 6 off of this. And my little shower cap for my threads. I'm ready to go mobile.
Perfect.
So that's that. Had 1 contact off of this today, but I didn't work but a couple of stations. So
yeah.
Anyway, it's a quick and easy way to do it. It's nice to be able to have that versatility. When earlier I tried a horizontal antenna hooked up here. I don't know if Rob's going to include that, but everything was presenting, all the stations were east and west of me, and so I wasn't getting any contacts off of an antenna running east and west. So this one I did get the contacts today.
That's what you needed.
Yep.
Okay, so here's Craig's long wire. You can see it's hooked up to the base of his mobile antenna over there, and then it just goes off along the tree line down the hill there.
QSL, this is Kilo Charlie 1 Echo Lima Zulu, and you were giving me a 5.9 in Connecticut, 5.9 in Connecticut, QSL.
So here's my setup here. You guys have seen my portable antenna in videos already. It's the 40 and 20 meter linked dipole over there in the field. That's John's apartment there behind us. And I've got it set up for 40 meters right now. I'm going to start off there and see if I can make a few contacts. Okay, so here's my setup. Again, you guys have seen this before. I've got the BioNO 15 amp hour battery here hooked up to the FT891, running 100 feet of coax out to the antenna in the field there. And I'm just going to tune around on 40 to start and see if I can make a few contacts. November 1, November Uniform Golf.
Uniform Golf.
November 1, November Uniform Golf.
Norway 1, November Uniform Golf 5908.
QSL, thank you. You are 5905.
Thank you. Juliet 68 Golf Delta.
So that's pretty much going to do it for the OYB Eyeball QSO party. I think everybody had a great time this afternoon. It was a great fall day here in Connecticut and a great day to be outside playing radio out in the field. Now, we did struggle a little bit with the contest going on. The bands were kind of crowded, but we were able to get through and make some contacts nonetheless. The star of the show was Charlie's super antenna. We made contacts into Europe on that thing. I think all the other configurations, all the contacts we made were pretty much stateside, maybe into Canada. But anyway, everyone seemed to have a great time exercising their gear and playing radio. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to leave a comment or subscribe, feel free to do that as well. And if you'd like to support my channel in another way, please consider visiting my Amazon store, which you'll find linked in the description below. Thanks for watching.